Peaches, I'm Eleanor and welcome to Peaches by Starlight Tarot. This is your weekly pick-a-card reading as it pertains to love and relationships. I am using the Raven's Prophecy Tarot and Soul Trees. And at the end, I'm doing a pick-a-card. I'll pick 3 more cards using the Self-Compassion deck. Stack 1 is the Baby Chick, Stack 2 is the Badger, Stack 3 is the Baby Bunny. They're timestamped below so you can skip right to it. If you'd like a private reading all to yourself with no one else's energy involved, I do those through email and you can find them in my Etsy store, which is linked below. If you hear something that helps you out, let me know by hitting the like button. And if you want to keep up with me every Saturday, please subscribe and let's get started. Okay, if you chose Stack 1 or chose the Baby Chick, your soul tree this week is energy. All right, you have the 9 of Wands, the Devil, and Judgment. All right, so I'm getting a lot from this energy card, actually. I'm seeing a bit of karma being brought up for resolution at this time with this Judgment card. There's a chance to free yourself from a karmic debt or some kind of release from a spiritual contract or commitment that has run its course, is fulfilled, or I feel like if it were fulfilled, you would have the World card, but it's more like it's not serving its purpose anymore. I'm seeing an extreme level of passion that's been near impossible to resist, and even despite repeat burns, you found yourself energetically entangled. I'm seeing you seeking joy in a place that is actually draining it from you, or drinking poison because you're thirsty. You've shown a lot of endurance and commitment, but there's a sense of not being able to breathe, non-relaxation, constant agitation and drama, extreme highs and lows, but no peaceful homeostasis out of which to grow what it is that you really want in the long term. So I feel like with this 9 of Wands, you're being called to show up for yourself, show up in a new energy of putting yourself first, a new willingness to speak up for your long-term goals. And I don't feel like it's going to be as hard as it sounds, or going to require as much work as it sounds. It's like your authenticity does the work for you. Protect your own light, protect your own energy, purify your life of toxicity. And I don't feel like you're making room for something boring. There's a sense to where there's an addictive nature to how exciting this is and how good it can feel in the moment. And that there's a little bit something dull and boring about something that I feel like there's a fear of settling for something that has less passion than this. And I'm getting that there's something actually extremely passionate and hot that wants to come in for you, but that doesn't actually come with so many strings attached. That is possible, that doesn't exist, and that it's like knocking at your door. And that what is binding you now relinquishes its hold on you all by itself when you show a new willingness to choose yourself over them. And I'm seeing something that felt tight and secure in the midst of it, in the throes of it, but after you after it uncoils itself from around you and unwinds itself, you see the signs to where it was cutting off your circulation. Once that binding is removed. All right, go ahead and set your intention for whether you feel like card 1, 2, or 3 will have a message for you. All right, these cards want to be shuffled the other way. Fine, do it your way. My hands are just a little bit small and injured. All right, that's better. All right, let me tune in. Ooh. Card 1. Making peace. I think I said something about that, didn't I? Not being able to find peace and homeostasis. Ask yourself if there is any part of you that resists self-compassion. If so, ask that part, how are you trying to keep me safe? Can you attend to those needs rather than attacking? I feel like in that context, safe, how are you trying to keep me safe? I feel like the thing that you're trying to be kept safe from is loneliness. And how, when we're talking about showing up for yourself and being a willingness to put yourself first, how can you attend to those needs rather than attacking? How can you attend to those needs? How can you attend to your needs? All right, card 2. Stand up guy or stand up gal. Regardless of the outcome, can you give yourself credit for a time you stood up for what was right? I think I said something like that too. Standing up for yourself. Standing up for what's right. Card 3. Make yourself comfortable. You said you can't, something's cutting you off. Something's making it to where you can't breathe or sit down. Check in with your body. Ask if it needs anything to feel more comfortable. To stretch, walk, relax, breathe. Give yourself permission to enjoy whatever action you take. And with energy being your theme, energy does speak to us through our bodies. So you can trust your instincts in this situation, okay? Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe and all the good stuff, and I'll talk to you next Saturday. Thank you. Okay, if you chose stack 2 or chose the Badger, your soul tree this week is Adventure. You have the Empress. Hang on, really quick. Look at the pencil work in both of these trees. Do you see how crazy those color palettes go exactly together? And this is not the same artist. Very interesting. Okay, you have the Star and the Hierophant. Wow. Okay, so 3 major arcana in a 3-card reading is it's significant. It feels like there's like a major cosmic turning point or an opportunity to harness this pivotal time to create an entire new paradigm shift for yourself, if that's what you want. A new life of abundance with this Empress, ability to create abundance and manifest. It can also be a sign of having been really stuck for a very long time and it's like the universe is bringing out the big guns to help you believe in something that you didn't before. The Hierophant and the Star here feel like encapsulating your own light so that you're never in the dark. It's like, so that it travels with you wherever you go, no matter how unfamiliar or dark to others. Or if you're going through a tunnel and the view of the sky is not accessible to you, you're carrying the light with you. Like a snail or a turtle that carries its shell, you're carrying a light. Oh, like those lanternfish, right? There's no light coming from anywhere at the bottom of the sea, but it comes from them. They create it through chemistry. So you may be traveling through a dark time. There's something, even as abundant as the Empress energy is, there's a little bit of a dark forest there theme I'm feeling with this. So it's like, you may be traveling through a dark time, but you are a light moving through it. It's emanating from you. And it attracts and reassures others. There's a sense of, I feel like you're being a light in the dark for someone right now. There's a sense of apprehension in someone, and you're able to take their hand and say, see, there's nothing to be afraid of. It's fun that you have this power just like I do. You may be able to help someone see themselves the way you see them. See themselves in a different light, shall we say. And I want to say, I feel like you make sense to them. There's a feeling of solidity and order that you provide in a world that may otherwise feel chaotic. So it's going to be vital that you stoke your own inner flame. Tend your own inner flame. Stick to your core authenticity and self-care and self-containment, because you aren't going to find it externally. You are the source of light in this situation. What do they call it? Being a light keeper? Or there's something in mythology about keepers of the light. I don't know. I'm just hearing that word without really knowing what it's referring to. All right, go ahead and set your intention for whether you feel like card 1, 2, or 3 will have a message, and let me tune in. Okay, card 1. Compassion for the inner critic. Pay attention to that self-critical voice within you and all of us. Try saying, I know you criticize me because you are suffering. I want to care for you. Send yourself compassion. And that's just one way that you take care of that inner light. Card 2. Make yourself comfortable. Check in with your body. Ask if it needs anything to feel more comfortable. To stretch, walk, relax, breathe. Give yourself permission to enjoy whatever action you take. That is very Empress. So it's talking about maintaining that light and keeping that light. That's going to take a physical form for you. Taking care of your health and your well-being. Getting enough sleep, I feel like, is going to be important. Card 3. Common humanity. Do you suffer sometimes? Want to be happy, but don't always know how to make it happen? Congratulations. You've just discovered that you have something in common with every other person across the world and across history. All right, guys, like, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you next Saturday. Thank you. Okay, if you chose stack 3 or chose the rabbit, your soul tree this week is healing. You have the Queen of Coins, the 4 of Coins, and the 5 of Wands. So the first thing that came to my mind, just with the images right off the bat, was Daenerys Targaryen, the Unburnt. I know she had very many titles, a lengthy string of titles, but that one in particular, the Unburnt. And her mission to claim what she felt was rightfully hers, her birthright, her ownership. And so there is healing of the heart, particularly with that green light right there. It's speaking on the heart chakra. There is healing of the heart taking place. And with the Queen of Coins and the 4 of Coins, it's in a holistic sense, meaning healing of the heart is going to have outer manifestations, or healing it as it pertains to becoming whole again in a holistic sense. Not just healing one aspect, but healing the one heals everything, like putting the shard back in the crystal, right? Inner and outer balance, solidity, stability, and power. It's not going to come without a little bit of conflict, I feel, but it's nothing major. This 5 of Wands is coming up as like a conversation that needs to happen that could ruffle some feathers. I feel like there's going to be a little bit of feather ruffling, a little bit of triggering, but in the end, the goal you have a common goal. What you want is the same. You ultimately are on the same page in wanting this level of wholeness and physical, real-world commitment. So there's a sense here of healing yourself can be helped or hindered by the presence of the other person. And you may question whether or not you want the same thing. But with this Queen of Wands, or Queen of Coins, I see you in your power around it and making the healthiest choices possible for yourself. And after some minor headbutting, coming to the mutual conclusion that what is good for you, what is healthy for you, is ultimately healthy for the relationship. And you are on the same page and you do want the same thing. After a little bit of having to redefine your words or say things a little bit differently or smooth those feathers back. All right, go ahead and set your intention for whether you feel like card 1, 2, or 3 will have a message for you, and let me tune in. Okay, card 1. You got heart. I think, when I say heart healing, give yourself credit for that small thing you did in the past week that took courage. How can you build off that today? Card 2. Why else? Consider a way in which someone treated you in a way that was disappointing. What emotions, past hurts, or misguided beliefs might be behind that behavior? That's going to be really important with that 5 of Wands. Not jumping to conclusions, but getting to the root of what they said really meant and where that's coming from. And realizing, don't jump to that conclusion that you don't want the same thing. Card 3, natural compassion. Picture a child, animal, or any image that makes you feel warmth and love. Take 3 breaths, sending compassion to that image. All right, guys, like, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you next Saturday. Thank you.